interest member Masembe was a heavily contested local councillor election.
Yes.
But interest member nung Masembe, my interest the Kayaf. Okay, so I wonder what is the difference between Masembe and
What do you mean by differences member Masembe more differences the Kayaf? No. Yeah. You know the problem is here. Masembe omo UDP la surround. I want you to understand that one. So NPP was like, okay, in a surround we're going to get it from them. And it was very hard. The battle was more than the battle of Kaibara. You understand? And I'm telling you. So Mota Kaibara kelo kono, san dunta Hood kelo lokono.
Battle of Uhud.
Battle of Hood.
And you kelo bebe kekan kian.
And you kelo bebe kekan kian.
So not only kian.
Not only kian. There is a battle also.
No, mina. President Barole Mano Nati Dolia. President Barole Kurang Nati Kian Kol Siofo.
That is why Goyoko politics is not only about Kafoko na silo dokuye, Kafoko na Kurang dealer. Those are their rights. Those are their money. Ulmula kodoleti, ulmula symbolity, ulmula namoleti. B Gambia Julo ekamemfo. Eko almost how many billions?
Unite lela. Talib nana mol.
Juma atondi.
Unite.
There is no unite here. Na memo itola eko ela movement tomu unite movement for change.
Yes.
Yamoy.
Yes.
Ekola movement tomu world.
Unite, yes.
Unite movement for change. Ito yo bongo ndole melong. Me alon ko ndole wala nyanda safela kaito bala. Wala muila jikoti, wala muila kekoti. Eka feneta ye murala memuiti. Ya family. Mol mele alon ko ibe kafu kono kafu membe ko UDP. Wala yebo kafu kono. Wole bo kafo kono ko kade fanson kafolo wol kafo fe go unite. What is the word, what is the meaning of unite? Ni ko mo unite wala munti
nga kafu ñom
divide du
nga tala
say mol la mel ni natul talata na me ite de kala wol because ite ni mol talata so ite de fan ko la divide instead of unite, but ite de talala e kan ka mo ko alla unite ko tade gambe no jam faatu na ko la life kono gambe no mo la jam faala
bari ko
yes
biri bodal kono altara tola wala la to mo tala
duma but imam me on sawolo ñu ko capital boran tol kono control tala tola, that's what they said. You control to is po
ma fay tol ko de
e tol la kafo
ma fay tol ko
e tol la NPP fo bu kafo tol la kafo
ma fay tol ko
e tol la kafo talib amel ben sura la kafo wala kafo
ma fay tol ko nko mol ko
talib ben sura la mol ko Kong do la kafo kabitol botaje do la kafo tala dan ko yelo ko kabitol bota you see, let me tell you about Gambians. You know, one thing I respect about Gambians, Gambians always want unity.
So in this case, yes, UDP is considering individuals, not the structure.
No, UDP as a party is calling on every Gambian, every patriotic Gambian, every law-abiding Gambian. We are calling every law-abiding Gambians to join us to fight against this incompetence.
Including APRC Noto Alliance.
Including anybody, every patriotic Gambian who is having a vote, a legitimate vote. A legitimate vote, and yes, the person is law-abiding citizen.
Yes.
Momo ya lonko banku dingola muti. Katre keso we will melam katre kesenangolam.
Yes.
Banku dingola muti. UDP is calling you pour kafama. Pour kanyi masa kundame ya lonko.
Including forming an affiliation with Noto Alliance.
Anu kukele ebena kumomo ile. Itamu luntawol tijang. Emana kairo you don't have your status. Your status is not clear. Itala do yella hunde they give you attestation. Yella voters card dealer. Itala card file ne sude ko mu luntaw kunu ne na tajang. We are going to make sure the card file
and block you
to protect the life and property of the Gambians. Ka Gambian ko la niyo kanani kar mele kada itel luntaw me ya lonko manke banku dum tijang ni card file mansa me ya lonko abentol marala abe marala abe na banko tinyala abe na banko economy tinyala ibe na mol fatari ibe luntaw fala banko kan ndol kan bo masakunda bondi ite na ite ka karra fa masakunda this means you have no love for this country and whoever doesn't have love for this country what do you expect
albal kungal kangal la pour
kungolin kan mbola la ka mexo fabrama kaw bañ banko kanyang.
Assalamu alaikum mbadingolo nal konton koteke al tol nal konton la wokola sal bismillah na kachato men kanale Kia network jang kacha ka fa me Fabrama annal bari malamu Alaji Ibrahima Dabo lokun tambila aliyenin aliyu ndawla kacha moy kacha me yalon ko akumaya da bage bari aliyu ndaw nala kacha akunya fulanjo binale alsiwo al hakilo to da kunya fulanjo bina ada kunya fulanjo be kala kacha de me yalon ko akacha akumaya la bage bari bi nga kacha nyoso do me yalon ko mfawala kebalon adu wole ba tan nafana kacha bi aba kumaya la adun kacha be diala bakel mbe bismillah na platform do sirfo bayo sonko
abaraga bake Fabrama akumara bake pour namfonje ni platform to jam platform be alon ko e ka fole ko kiang network ato promobe wol I mean ka network ko soto kian network ko soto bi o be internet ko no bi
yes
o ka programme soto ko nyom programme bali bu mo soto no but actually bali la follow ya soto
no yalon
the first look listen
yes
afonye kian sa de jumala FM station be mun do
kian
FM
no bari bu FM mo nyi dolle nga sembe
no ke yena kala afonye do kian
ni aje kerwan FM sorota kian ko le asabu
ani nyaadi
ni aje kerwan FM sorota
dolle kian ko kanan samba o tariko bu gal membe kero wala nyindu ko kian dolu bi ka duwanyi na kaje ko ni ale ma ko pour na masakunda yin falinta ngafo ala useni ngay ko kiyande ngay ko nyanta kala do am na development no nyanta ka follow je development especially development mel yalon ko badi bu yesoto bari mam fu no kiyan nga nyanta ka make sure na no detail la before me o nyon development la pala but no I keep no this is something I really advocate for
kacha man dari follow ibe kacha datila because ni ikadam fo ni ejema ni dade ko Alaji Usainu yoko nim kanyeta nyanda ka keten kiang nim president barobe sira ba fala ko nyinu kam fo ntanga o kelo already bari nga silo di la nga courant di la mbe jio di kela yalo est ce que no
but for that no tabe wala yalo ma yebe jilti kan because what we are actually saying is bari be silo so juna dum tul kemira sila kola ndole na silo so bari be courant so juna odumal be kemira courant ko dole na courant so bari be jio so juna odumal be me ji ko al kemin kolon al kemin bayol ndol odumo you know bari be so jannat lo ko so right so ite be wala fokam but I am telling you some of the developments meli alon ko be kikam bari ko right now nyaji be bari bu the numerous developments sol meli alon ko bari bu wala so well before kiam so ngam mem fo jewlo nyundo ko it's a fair game ngo ala yusen ngayela ko ning ale masakunda indila ngayela ko bari be mel soto meli alon ko kiam mel soto you have to help them to get it before we continue then be fongol tala ke continue sindi ke baribu ke yurwandi ba ke baribu kem fone fen na je that is fair
baribu mala fi Alaji Usainu la mansa
yolofo
baribu mala fi ko
nyadi
bari men be bokan Alaji Usainu do kata ka yelama wol baribu golle siya
no ba fa kiangol fa to kono
ani baribu golle to
bari kam fa kiangol to kono ba
wala baribu golle to
no that is politics but let me tell you the truth you see Baribu has ever remained to be a UDP base and yet still Baribu is UDP base and you have seen that even the last elections Niajibe the parliamentary elections you know I mean Lower Baribu UDP layer win Central Baribu UDP layer win you know I mean Eliasa constituency almost you know to be frank UDP for win but because of the fraud the numerous fraud NPP government be baluka menna but Baribu is I mean it's UDP based
and the UDP la campaign manager saying Baribu call
yes no the campaign manager is I mean it's not a Baribunka by it's not a Baribunka no remu CR quality pamane
okay pamane okay yes. Suleiman Sahole
no yes that's the organizing secretary
national organizing secretary is from Baribu okay good but saying do ko melarin tabulo kan kayaf ali munjiko bale kayaf
I mean you know Fabrama you see political nyone bantale and people really understand mile be keri Molialo na me na fa Molialo na me fana me na fa. And let me tell you something. NPP will learn a lesson in Kiang. Because all what people are saying now, people are not even, some people are not even talking about the sovereigns. People are talking about, stopping self-perpetuating rule, stopping, ka mansal ta, mansal melialongo, kalafika banko, ka banko ke tadi komen korra mutat nyame. Ila korra, ika wale tinyoya, ika wale kantiya, foefa. But the banko, it's a killing kobo kanti yala forever. No,
but
so that is why the people of Kiang, like you said, I mean, with all joke, I mean, Kiang is one of the regions. They remain to be the fixed deposit of the United Democratic Party. I mean, from the onset.
UDP muna no kaya funkoli wala muna be kaya funkoli UDP do for itaka diamu nying sembola ten wala itaka diamu nying confident la ko kaya fo kaya woto kutije fo wino da
you know it's not about UDP ninko ba fo le UDP menke kaya funkoli me aussi la janne fa programme bank we might not even ntabana no because let me tell you something
membe
ko in fighting for their rights in fighting for their I mean you mo be yalo this stance of the Democratic Party in terms of human right kam molla nyanto kele mo be yalo UDP UDP ka molla nyanto kele nyame dunia dawtrande o banko dawtrande kaya fun koli news do konol but no UDP is not in the government but nyajibe fanan I mean UDP ye makoro melta ye di kaya fun kolla in terms of boreholes I mean in terms of street lights in terms of other developments human resources supports and the like so ñun bemu fele de me ya lonko kaya fun koli ya lonne Jumale Bay. And look, you cannot sit and wait for by Ndola Council you far, just because you want us to vote for you. That's not going to work. That politics is over in this country. Politics of deception is over in this country.
But Kiankol Safoko, President Barole Mononati Dolia. President Barole Kuranati.
That is why Goyoko politics is not only about Kafoko Nasilo Dokue, Kafoko Nakron dealer. Those are their rights, those are their money. Ulmula Kodoleti, Ulmula Symbolity, Ulmula Namoleti. B Gambia Julo, Ekamemfo, almost how many billions? Almost 110 to 10 million. I mean a million billion keme. Billion, come a million, link up billion. We have to differentiate it to our people. Billion moment million for keme, million for keme.
Wonyong
keme. Mama understand?
Yes.
You must kunda woleta julola. Ya banko council wolela ko itolu be banko do ko wala bari ilo banko do ko me ko ba ke ga membe ko sila do ko no na o kuran do ko bari gammelo yalo na ban masakunda do ko la me yalo ke beje ibo bunal anila nyaton ko lu e ka na fulo mem bulela jufolo kono different from men kada do ko nyunto the people of Kiang really understand that.
So,
and the people of Kiang,
what are you doing?
The people of Kiang.
To the mic, yes. Say to the mic. Atol, what are you doing to make sure go votal men be kayaf? Ya understand exactly mune jarite tolla.
That is why Mbekiang from the during the nomination I went there and immediately after the nomination Musa je kotanke. Ndara Kiang. Mbekiang, right? It's just because of this interview I came back to tell you, to update the people about what is happening in Kiang. So because politics Kiang decided already. Kiang have finally decided.
Kiang decided como.
Kok itola karteo. Badila UDP council la. Katum. Nyum council me ya lonko. And the first time in office, I do ko men ke ya jele. Meyata ala place nyinta ya place meya lonko le place nyinta ya jibe because masakunda o political nyinete tentendiro Même nunje ay menke wala fesata même bota nunje sansa almale neman kafraka ki ankol yo long ko be ko yeri fer ki ankol ya realize also ko mbetembo men ko bi kaka saudi adama barola amunyi to ko ka gambe be jamfa ale opportunity ke kiyede malo juma do ta lele ba ale opportunity men de kenda wala nyindi ko ki am they are the change makers ningo they are the change makers wala nyindi ko Gambia be kamen kumbo wala nyindi ko man sata sila nyim banko kanjang more than 10 years kianko ndolle ba nyaton kayala and that nyaton kayani ala fele ayake the people of Kayaf the people of Care is are going to make sure iba katala kaje ko yela katao di United Democratic Party la munkama because they don't want President Barrow to go for more than 10 years. And yala loko, nim President Barrow ganye ta kiang, ila shara ota je kiang. Abe mendi la alamol ba fala ko mafwe, Gambian kolbe normally. The people of Kiang want to set the record. Kaje ko look, Gambians are not with you. In fact, we have shown you the example na silota ni la loko. Ila council le bejang. Ibe wurla dula de ba fala mol ko, you know, al karro fay MPP council, al karro fay MPP kiamanoli. But afamole bang ite meke MPP kiamanoli. Afamole bang, what have you done? What your government have done for the people of North Bank region? Afamole bang, what your people have just done for the people of CRR, for the people of URR. What your people have done for these people?
Yes.
Because
so
look,
personally, no, I'm just waiting to see a campaign or impact we wanna create la in this local. I know Kayaf was a heavily contested by election. So interest member Kayaf Masembe was a heavily contested local councillor election.
yes.
But interest member Masembe, my interest the Kayaf. Okay, so I wonder what is the difference between Masembe and
What do you mean by differences member Masembe more differences the Kayaf? No. Yeah. You know the problem is here. Masembe omo UDP la siron. I want you to understand that one. So NPP was like, okay, we're going to get it from them. And it was very hard. The battle was more than the battle of Kaibara. You understand? And I'm telling you. So, Mota Kaibara kelo kono, san nunda hudi kelo lokono.
Battle of Uhud.
Battle of Uhud.
And then kelo bebe kekan kian.
And then kelo bebe kekan kian.
So
not only kian. Not only kian. The only there is a battle also.
No, mina third battle also. But these two battles.
These two battles are in
kian.
Yes.
So I left a kian nekala battle ground.
But in Gabwe is kian Gab imam yalong kukilebeje. Ala usen le name. Ala usen lafu. Ako. The politics of the University of Politics. The University of Politics. Ako. Abakian. The University of Politics. The University of Politics. So when you are doing, let's say science and they call it a pilot. We're doing piloting. Piloting of removing
President Barrow.
So the piloting is the one spearheading that pilot.
Okay. So kian kola Bantanjang.
Yes.
Muna be Bantanjang.
Anyom kilo, anyom batulo.
Battle of Kaibara bodo.
No, ora ma ke battle of Kaibara. Yalo, Pabrama, abe dula le.
Kaibara.
No,
but Bantanjang mu Kaibara.
No, Wood.
Uhud.
Battle of Uhud. Yes.
Walam Bantanjang. But that will none of them sort of phone.
Yes. That's what they keep saying.
Yes.
Fonyi, you know, people need to understand one thing. You see, Fonyi Nkolu, Fonyi is a very well-respected area. If you go back to the history, during the time of Sadara Karabaji, well, before that one also, Fonyi produced a lot of intellectuals. You know, there are a lot of intellectuals, well-respected people in Fonyi. In fact, Mansaya in Fonyi was a very big thing. Fonyi also
produced one of the longest serving presidents.
Yes, and again, it produced one of the longest, no, not the longest though.
One of
the longest serving president. So
and one of the strongest leaders.
And one of the strongest leaders at the time.
Yes.
So basically, the people of Fonyi understands politics. You don't come there to deceive them. You can have Fonyi, you have to go be deceived again. No. Nobody's going to deceive them. For you understand MPP, they want to deceive them. Demba Savali, I mean, Adilo Dibite Omeya Lonko, you know, Nabe Diamola Bokalo, she's my sister. I don't want to go too much, but I mean, I'm calling you to relax because you see.
No.
I mean, you to relax. Let me tell you something. I mean, you to relax. No. Listen. Demba Savali need to relax. I mean,
maybe the people of Fonyi are not seeing Demba Savali as an individual.
Yes.
Or they might not be seen, as an individual. They are looking at issues men be on the ground in Fonyi. Many alonko will be necessitate to vote for or against NPP.
So that is why Gafoyoko, the people of Fonyi are well educated, especially in politics. That's the reason.
Yeah.
And why no for you need to understand one thing here.
Yeah.
You see, the coming of Chairman Yankuba Dabo as the chairman for the biggest region, the chairman for the West Coast, the best coast.
Region.
You understand? For Yunkolia, understand what is leadership and what is minimu kanyatonga kendo soto. The quality of having a good leader. A leader who delivers to his people. Nyato gome ya lonko akalo ala moli akake. For Yunkolia Jeloko, Bigamana Council was here well before Ameta. But the Ajeloko, the coming of Yankuba Dabo as a chairman of West Coast, it will be fun geocolonial. Fonyi.
But Yankuba eko senior kubuka senior car. Yankuba ni Fonyi mu senior lady. Niboda kafude kadamindo.
But what I'm telling you here, senior kubuka senior car. But ngamen for wolo nyundu, it's not about maybe you might see it other way around. But ngadamen for wolo nyundu ko. For nyunkol ye ajelo ko. Mansakunda me ye itol hati. Anu masakunda me itol hati wala masakunda jumati. Wala mu UDP masakunda nana ta wala be itol hati la. Kome ya jambe hati nyame. Let me tell you something. Cabinet Chairman Yankuba Nata as the chairman of West Coast region. Fonyi, the first year, Fonyi, each word, 10 words. Each of these words is $500,000 Lesotho. The following year, each of these words get 1 million. So this means Fonyi Dama 10 million has gone into Fonyi.
So
10 million you kono. 10 million you kono.
For is extraordinary?
No, it's extraordinary.
Why?
Because it has never happened before. The councils, no, let me tell you something. The councils were there, the Brigadier Council was here, but such kind of money, for the people of Fonyi to receive such kind of money, or such kind of development from the council, that has never happened.
Okay. Let's take a step back.
No, we're not going to take a step back here.
1 minute.
I have to make this clear.
No, let's go back for a second.
Okay.
Iko. Baro kurawni fankol men samba kiang o mu kiang ko la nyantolati bari ka namo le jo o ta sai Yankuba fana ka yemen samba Fonyi ko la nyantola mu bari Fonyi ko ka namo jo so no
I want to make this very clear.
Yes.
Look, let me tell you something. Janning Fonyi ko la namo le and let me make this very clear. Fonyi ko la namo wala ka sayem and Yankuba will always say this.
Yes.
Allah namo ko la murundal kan. That is always his statement.
Yes.
And again, but I want you to understand that very well. What you to call? Ya jembe nunjan. I silo dokule. So baro nintol different. Ya jembe silo dokule. Jawra silo dokule. Jawra le silo la silo tay. Ya jembe ay doku. Ya jembe ay continue. Baro is also continuing that. But what I'm telling you, one of the things me alonko for you call them na alonko, they could have this from the council. Wala you to call council kamenke sayente.
Dolan kela namo say.
Kela namo say ndima. The 60%. Anyantala. Loyer sementu ya mena. Kadila.
Okay. So but say
that is one of the difference there. But again,
hear me out. Kanamo sayindila is one thing. But say niya sayindila for amurtetol bulu. Atamandirinya is another thing say. For Birkama area council ko kodomen di ward sol. For ika follow up kela ka jibe for kodonyi anyanta dunna dame adunda jela. Don't
steal, don't lie, job wreck. That's the mantra.
So the job.
Kana sunyaroke. Listen, kana sunyaroke.
Yes.
Kana fanyafo dokoke doro. That is our mantra. And listen.
No, jingle ye dokoke. Ye mol kan namo jo. Ya tandiko al kan namo men jo. anyanta murla kan ne ka yirwa do ko kala tundol kan
yes
sa yekodo dila
yes
pour ye yirwa do ko nyin tamandi fo alkay murle ke sayin kan jube kaaje fo wokodo nyin aliya di nanga dalilo men kan atamata dalilo laba.
Yes, that is why that's why when you the mantra is there.
Yes.
The mantra is don't steal, don't lie, job right.
Kana sunyaro
kana wulia fo do ko kedron. That's the mantra. Well then no for before me jabila. Ndolka kodo mel di from the council. Kodo men ka bo council, molla kodo men ka murika. Aka deal janaka deal follow fo la si ya fa control fa ndo ko wala council ko do dila ni council ko do do ko be ke kan nyamen council la supervise because council have a unit called planning and development the planning and development have to supervise kaji ko do ko do men detail e ko be do ko men fa be ke famanta ke ka bora bu ga da mal the auditor of the council also have to go and audit kaji ko na ko do men du nyul la fa yo nanga mo be dundi jam fo ma dundi jam they have to provide everything transparency
misal killing for
yes
success story ka foko nyin kodo al kamendi word solla akatamale anyanta katama nyame misal killing di nyame
misal killing beje ina jang burfu jang tintinto before tintinto inam nan kuron soto for almost ekosaro have been existing for almost 100 years inam nan kuron soto through this world development fund I mean alhamdulillah kuron for raje
that is commendable
kuron for raje you go to I mean Jamanjele Fulakunda you know a big market shed you understand me alon ko musol casino yirol le ko teninteng ya marché baloje you go to I mean Jamanjel also na furo loje people are benefiting from that furoning and it's working perfectly I mean you go to you go to Fonyi Banta even you go to Bantanjang right now almale neman in Kafrake na councilor men Bantateng you know he has done a tremendous job I boholo sinjele I Marcel you know Marcel Doku Galie I mean you go to Mayok Ward you understand the same thing you understand the Marama Kurubari afana Marcel Loje you know very clean market I will loje you go to Jibora Ward Usman Ba is an MPP councilor you know, he has to do that job he do the job you go to
Usman mu NPP councilor
Usman is NPP councilor
bari Allah talaroto almaje ko Usman mu NPP councilor
no we don't do that
so akamol
alle
political dabo
Brikama era council is not a political base is people centered council mola council ni na council ni ka dung ila bunada la MPP fay ila UDP fay ila other political affiliation fay get to the chambers fight for your people either they are UDP or NPP or whoever e mo moti carte molle carte fay product ko ke wala tina chairman yanko dabo is amun leader nyaton ko leader nyantanti nyanya kala leader nyantanti because he does not look at politics. Okay, somebody he always stand for his people.
Yeah, because he kacha samba Birkama Area Council.
Yes.
Nataraje.
Thank you.
Birkama Area Council.
Thank you.
Jana Birkama Alkafo jeri Jambar Sane lamba.
Jambar Sane fumundo.
Birkama Jambar Sane.
Yeah.
Ale drainage project kiye.
Yes.
A project on yintara
successful. One of the success stories of the people's chairman. You see, Kabirin Brikama Jambar Sane, Mobialo, you know, you do had flowed from Brikama in the past years. This Brikama flowed. So 2025, Kaman Tara Jele, Samak almost a month or so. That's because Yalom Council is about money. If you don't have the money, you cannot do anything. And the money comes from the people, taxpayers. So Kabata Rajan, we know the weather has changed, you know, Samakana Junale, Samala system or this weather from going. So when he went to that area and studied and said to the guys that we want to do it, and the people living in the area, oh no, Chairman in the man, he said, we appeal. We went there the first day, a mansong. This means it's going to be worse. He went there the second day, the same thing. He went there the third day and explained to them, and then finally they understand. Kabriya Faham, I understand what he wants to do. I mean, we join hands. Na doko nyinke. Pabrama. Ta jambar India mo ndeta folano ibira jambar ibira jambar sanun kolle ya ibira jele no ni priaje nyala
non nata kansulle
ha
nata je nganyini karoke sirfo ko nyako chairman dara jambar sana adum ngamol sodol men diamu tanye jambar sana la kola bari ngaw fay koma woto ala baraka ali do ku kende ba
jambar sana
nga fay koma bari jambar sana nata menna wala mu ali tawole ta ko ning ye karto dialla flood men ka birkama alba makato bayla bari hani ni sama tambila men tambida da flood ka birkama
mun do afo
nakeba
afo
birkama hani birkama tema abe un poto
wala mun do birkama so poto in flood is different. Flood is when water enter into the house of the people on their compounds. So
you want to tell me
Jambar Sane,
the whole of Birkama.
I cannot give you on that follow
there are evidence there are areas in Birkama me ale flood.
Don't steal, don't lie, job rek. Kana fanyafo, kana wuliafo, doko ke dolom, kana sunyaro ke. So ntola mantra mwele, ni meme follow jang. Mbafule ni ala temo la ngawla foy ngo nda fo no le ko Birkama be kono anunda fo the events for events million ko they are not reported to the council bon nga même wala ñindi ko so far Jambar Sane Dula is one of the areas me along is protecting the entire Birkama because am nekata jomem be ka bodula to abe kana la Jambar Sane you know Jambar Sane there is a fund, before almost about a $200,000 fund to do that drainage system. But government need to do their contribution, government market. Council was willing to plead to give whatever you recommend the government now. You could put that fund. Where are you and the counterpart contribution? Yes, because government feels like we are an opposition council, they fail to do what
you showed government you are an opposition
council. How do we show it to the government? Tell me.
Yeah, because Alaka Balang Mansakunda Mala outright.
Have you seen us Balanda Mansakunda Mela? Kill him for you.
Because maybe council ni Mansakunda. The Yante Bulo do not know Bulaka Dokoke. Purisaje ko mol meniala wolle be sabatiring o tundol kan ele isi nafa soto council la tamandir nyaado ani mo sakunda la tamandir nyaado barning council yaaje ko ñunu NPP la tin tol mu UDP di aka politiko ka finti tamandir nyaal ko no est ce que no abe
bar ngeen ga mel e comme balanta masakunda ma wudula sanandi malta masakunda ma minala killing la ñu ka wala
marché do be nyaadi
marché do mbaka marché bitaka do ko be kika
ha bari marso me yalon ko amantra la control a left of control sort la jelato
amantra la control
faba abejuma la control
but I don't this one go as a journalist always make a research
of course abejuma la
control about the laws
abejuma la control
is the all markets are according to the law of this country ñim banko la loi ay maintenant wala ñu diko marsawlu alen kapak solo gara solo ako ñun lu be tar la local council la koto the management and control of markets and car parks is under the control of the councils. That's what the law says. Saferod. All markets and car parks are under the control of the council.
The council.
Yes.
Adun council sondawal. Why is Olyundu market not under your total control?
Thank you. That's the point. Now you are coming.
That's why I'm coming.
Now
the point of raising Birkama is to come to Costa Road.
Now they are coming. So now
let's talk about
I want to help you now. I will help you because I feel like you make less research about this issue.
Correct.
So where the mina came out?
No.
The issue with us and the government. It's about the government for we have to. It's not about the government.
No, let's take it this way. You are not helping me. You are helping my listeners.
Okay.
Or the viewers.
I want to make this very clear to you.
Because there are a lot of confusions about markets. Okay. Adung come ya fa nyame. Safaroto ya fa nyame. Tamandiroto amantaro nyama. Mune atina all yundu marse amantra la total.
Yeah, because that's the government now. I mean, that's the people there, and seconded by the government. You see, let me tell you something. Laws, countries are ruled by laws. Are governed by laws. If the government, the central government, is neglecting those laws, what do you expect? That's what's happening in the Gambia. Masakunda Malafi, Kabanko Tamand and Luala. Luai Mendi, Sembo Mendi local government, and Nidokobo Tale Bulokon, in Nita Diala, to go Mula symbolity. That's the law. If you want to change it, you go to the parliament and change it. So what happened, Wolam Nindiko? Masakunda Marcel Mello because Masakunda failed to do their duty. The 25% development fund in Masakunda Bukadi Council for so many years. So Dimbabu da Brikama in Araje Marcel Loje they help the council a counter contribution on Yinke. Me Marcel Lo operated Marcel Lo operated local labor money like our control. We said no. That's not the law. If you want to manage and control, go and change the law. That's our problem with them.
And Marcel is closed.
In Brikama, no, it's not closed. So it's not closed. Now because Masakunda I feel ko sembo be to la blokono. Men diate e bola kala police ol so joro be to la control. Ye menke ye Marcel ta ya put in their control ye fon ye mol samana ye fon la mol samana je e more especially more than MPP in Kolu ye samana je ye fandi Marcel on kono je and none of those people are paying dime to the government to the council. Moteje economy alon ko e o Marcel kono je briga tanse in seo moteje me ya alon ko ka transu jo brikame ala council la boxo kono ala rent moteje men kala rent jo brikame ala council e ko e ka jo governor ya and loi man right the governor to do any collection the loi men di loi man sembe di any governor la pour ye namo kanim banko dum bulo kono so ni antara o bidiko Masakunda ko dunde kono governor kata je anala moli ka namo kanim bulo kono at the end of it we expect the auditors to go and audit them ya famole ko the amount of money ye men collect from that market kabli ye mol dundi wato man inside ya bete bul ya samana ya hand over back to the government back to the council ya murunde back to the people that's
Minajele Minajele no that place Minajele nga Costa Road Senegal.
Let's go to Costa Road.
Yes.
So Costa Road the problem in Costa Road is the former chairman of the council Mr. Gay Osman Gay otumo atlem num council num former chairman otumo chairman muno num mindula council je government ya allocate to council nyimu layout holdi you know I mean so they divided it into different you know public you know utilities ye schoolo bondije ye laptano bondije ye garage bondije ye football field bondije ye marsa bondije wodlan ensan so bare itolo tumo beje ye bulodu wala ka kenota ka kuntum ka wafi even laptano ni ya fon ya be wafi yo almost dol wafi je ni dara je ba jela be bu ñol jela lor garage kono be bu ñol jela lor laptano la ma fon la je all those places are public places mo dantan wala li bulo du ngol ya be wafi ya molma e man kayde kalandan kayde kende fon di wala dole bu ñaw loje dole fon ko kindi ida tay ñen ka kayde tay bulu they have no document likewise the marsaw ñim fanan so marsaw me alo ko public place lem e ka mar to le marsaw ñin ta ka kundum ka wafi ka kayde kuntul so ke di molla so e marsaw ñin ta ya be kundum ñote marsaw become one of the big markets now so say mol dolu beje wolye well, Kabri was Sandro be caring. Well, they bought almost about, you know, Bidikatang, Nimfula, Bidikatan Lulu. So, we are going to do Bunyang, you know, Bunyang Munulti, you understand? Cement Bungul, Doliak, you know, Banco Bungulti. You know, so, Ibe Udlan Takang, Ike Luas, Molma. For a lot of years, for so many years, so Kabri Dolnada, as a council, you know, what we did was we went and have a discussion with the alcalo, the current alcalo. I get a condition of Mole Abenyame. We have a discussion with the VDC. After get a condition of Benyame. Kabia for you go okay, then we are going to see what best we can do. So that now between the market committee and the general council we made. So now you go, we have to take a step in this place because why? Ninyamo fight and yato je kafo council them when council is not collecting I mean the rent from those people there bari nyama fight la fana meje me council mo sindi je anu ninyamo fight o council la kana je ko nyamo fana be da ka be collect nyama fight la membe je
wodo min do
kostaro koma je garaso mafa no filo balaje
garaso la bulba karo
tay asande
algo nyamo fight
yes
no continue Marcela story
yo nyamo je so ni nyamo kede je namol kana je ya ene moto ba na sovel lo da
no nyamo kutu je Marcela ta fa nyamo kutu
I want to make this very clear
no nyamo kutu je Marcela
e kana je nyamo nyinta ya ko
no nyamo tu je nakema nyamo tu je
no I have to say this no Marcela I am telling you our duties nga call melke nga so we do that one day
no the story about the market na juber lalu ibe karan kanje bakele
okay
adu wam karan dal di me alon ko mom pare ke object leftan na jubeer laal ye je fahamu bar ni ñamo la ko naati drong ibe kacha jenkende la le
maka jenkende ñaati
ni nga marché o ta fo drong
so bar man ñamo to ko
nga marché o fo
okay so marché o ñi
yes
so a tatre ñama so council la resolution o pass ka fo ko sa marché o ñi mol mel yalon ko lalta ke luwas we have to stop it you know because man kaydite bulu kay je man kay tati you know any legal documents to say that this is their place this place is allocated to as a public space pour que marché on public space especially market it's under the control it's under the control of the council
so in short in short problem men biye wala mu marché mu mansa kenolti nzafo mol la kenolam amanke private public kenolam bari bitikol men be lori marché kono wol mu private mo kunkilinal wol taw wo bitikol di bari ye wafi mal say wolu e mam pa
ye wafi ma or they have no authority ka wafiro
okay
they are illegal selling
awafiro ni man sene
illegal selling
bari ye dula nyimbe menubulu wol ye nyina jeko ntala dula len jandi namot ni manyana jola birkama area council ya kodo nyi anyanta jola ndele ya bari ntala place mo janti
yes
jelen challenge album
jelen challenge because if you go to le jelo
yes
so but the thing is here another let's say public place you can make you don't give public place what you do listen ega ni left ka ko itambata ita jan develop la no let's say government la ko ndol tanyi ndokula no ega make you go in for PPP or you go in for leasing
PPP was sending a public private
partnership also okay no you understand
wala masakunda
do mon soto ite membe do ko kika fa do mon soto banko dimul fa do mon soto aketen understand you go in for that deal or you go for leasing and leasing also is almost into the framework of PPP.
So be manke nyin
so wol be manke nyin blando it's like they take the money to leka beta take it to their houses feed their family with it so ndolaje ko kabina ranko for us to give a better service to these people we must able to fund pour que service kendo di ñu mola il faut ñu def lo amne gaay dañu gis sen bopas you understand so we have to make sure we take the stops from this
yes suru akonfa kumara because men be ma fon le jamaa ga suru
yeah so luma buga leral fi moyne wax bi bari na ñu ne Costa Road market the day telim Costa Road market nekut is not in a proper control lu tax lolu moyne marché bi nit ñu am ñu tabax ay neeg yo leen nekk di gis fofu nonu nit yi ñoo leen tabax nit yoy leen tabax nekk yoy non fekk amul ben agreement ak council am na ñoo responsible pour lii understand so marché bi almost néeg yu leen faa gis yëpp dafa am ay nit ñoo ko tabax yeneen ni 10 shops 9 shops 6 shops 3 shops 20 shops in that market loolu la nekkee so loolu ñun time mu ñëw si council on li la sa chairman yaa ko ba daabo dañ def investigation pour ñu mën a am dëgga so you understand ne place yooyu gars yi dañ joxe ñooy place yi
that problem is still continuing
yes
you don't solve that problem
yes because why we give them a notice we give them a long notice a notice of 3 months I think a notice of 1 month or 2 months or 3 months something like that we give them a notice that they have to make sure that from this number of time council will start collecting monthly rent from all those shops
but as we speak
now we are not collecting it because we're having a lot of difficulties there because why many of those people are backed by the government yes and they are backed by because government does not want council to generate any revenue
okay
so nit ñu fa nekk mooy ne ay nguur ñoo leen nekk di sambal
okay but there is a section marché oto fanna be jele me alon ko wolka namo joato leya wala musol di men alon ko ni la jenne jaawal ni la panol ka si silo kan wolka namo joato leya
that's why we're giving them the service
okay mun service sifa
we make sure Costa Road now we give them a security and then also we make sure ni nyamo kete we come and pick nyamo ni
but you also allow them put your silo block
it's not us allowing them to slow block. Namra operation cloud road ketajan. Namra dula hemo be wuli nijel. So nimol mudran je namra they still have the powers to go and remove them there.
No, but it will men go Dallas town nintani lulol jwali aluolu. Ikasi silo la ka?
Emana kumo men kada mfo yeden go. Amango kome leo si silo kanye there is no place inside. There are places inside. In fact there is a market set inside. But because menagada je ko mol buka futa je. So that's why they all come and paraded in the road. You understand? Kanaka wafiro ka je. You understand? So banga da mfo niko je silo kanadi. Masakunda le sembo soto masakunda ka mol sembo masakunda ka sembo fay mol kan kanya pikal ke bondi silo ka. So let them go and remove them there. Ntolu because as far as you're doing business, you're doing petty trading and then public space, ntola sulo min wala kanaka tikero kunti bulu kanaka tiker kolonta ka murundi kan through development.
Through development.
In
what sense? In what sense?
In different sense.
In what sense?
Go through development. Najibi what we providing for these people now. Go kolo mil kolo gen ka musola different musulman ko katawo marsa wolto if mo la sasada wolto gamarsa lo ila mo gamarsa lo je so in Costa Road there we give them ga make sure la nyamo ndolle ke nyamo collect nyamo kana je we make sure na nyamo ñu collect you understand ka make sure is there and we make sure the market is clean
no yalo même problème ko mbalit ko tuje because mu nekata Costa Road mbalito marché do mbalito ni be marché wol fala men yalon ko mbalit ko kada kolaya ko tije Gambia jang Costa Road marché folol la kono
but that's not now
ni nada Costa Road sama kono ni nada dulado dame yalon ko marché do jioka mol batandi surtout mol men kan namo joatol ye kasi dame Costa Road marché wol la problème o wata wol be
no because
silo men be kasi silo men kan a silo nyin kata karamoldo okay e ka karamundo dinu la silo lo block okay adu wotumo wodulando wato sotata le je me alon ko tumbol kasi ambalito to fo e kana karamu bunda to katana ko dinol bukata karamu rol be sotata
no you know what caused all that.
Yes.
Let me explain all these things to you.
Yeah.
You see yala mol ka council bugal dogo council the constant we are having I wish you know that ajele iko silo men kada school to de na rajele fano silo beta na be so we want to do it
yes
but in that NRA you know what they say NRA say ko no sila ko no blay to da silo do kulal ntolu
iko ale silo ñu
ko sila ko ndole sila ko bulaje itol they have fun pour ka silo do ku
wakola itol na ta muneke man na fenk
I mean that's up to them. But what I can make clear to you is wala ñu go yalla wala na ni man fangolo ñu
no je non la fa je sene atol lafta gis silo do ku
ndol lafta ka silo do ku
NRA ko no ale silo do ku
ndol men ke fangolo ndol we went our chairman himself and the team they went all the way to NRA ka fa ko ndol la bo jodo ko no nañu bla karna point lafta ko do Costa Road lo dulal bo ko no but I mean iko itol bo dulal itol they have money to purka silo do ku ya yele bil kama jida silo abewol konole bilkama jida silo bol konole njogu ba silo bol konole alla Costa Road sadinka guigi sadinka silo fana be bol konole understand so najele ye sadinka kurundu understand najele kurundu ko ye fo ba do ko fo do malo understand o silo men kada jana but let me tell you one thing najele o silo men kada to the school masakunda doku we ma doku wa bilkama ala Costa Road onole lila silo chairman yanko dawa this year another mamano kenoje but ba make sure it's motorable adung wafirlalte silaje kaka silo block karamudo diningoli that's our mission ba make sure la weke because yalla kam folo ñunduko I wish masakunda e da kantul block masakunda e song ay mbula luwa e sembendi men dintol no sembendi mo tamandi
silo men boda garaso la Johnson do kadum garaso fon kono ka findi ol yundum upper basic kam
ngwajele yo silo jele
sama kono je kam
very good yo silo jele we ntolening kapa gale blodu nyokono under my leadership as the head of the transport ndole blodu nyokono kawdulata ka berobo njif donta nu nyina sama geta mala fereng I'm telling you last ngame mo sama men konte ndole na moto bal bi camera ka
I want sama men fon kono jema ma jeme abe jinama abe wala nyama no lolu ngata mi jele
no listen
nindene na moto na ranka moto londi la ngata man sima la ngata
e man ko mo on sana ka damde foy ngo mboto nyin sama men kono yaaje jema no fond demanding ndole le yake ko what we did wala ko nam elan dol na moto ba fala soto me ko moto bal me elan ko e bere bioke an loda sovel loda na sovel loda fon ko and thank to give give the credit to whoever. The Minister of Works, I have to give him this credit. Ibrahim Silla. Ibrahim Silla. No. Ibrahim Silla. I have to thank him for this. Personally, whenever I reach out to him, some of the things he always come and help. Because yajele airport josuno to nje otumo kabria sila logo ya ma banko be jurma nje it's through me nte
yo banko le ya jurma costa road law
ndele minister consult ni minister we make an agreement for them the arski gale so arski gal na kadulani ko banko dinna so kabin dole odla start kama at the end of it more me alon ko ila community to ten they also need banko what they did is well if not now they give them opportunity kanaka o banko wala ndira je sante banko mantaraje it's through me and the minister communicator we communicate with RSK and that job has done now use like sila jamal take do ku molla du masilolo understand and this year inshallah we are going to do many of that understand but again listen get down the for e ko silo mem foten we did what we can do like I said silo do ku mang easy silo do ku the amount of money men
no je senara la nga je fam lo ko
but ntolu
aliya hamo sotole
but masakuna manso
pour ka ci wasilol deda adungal findita masakunda la bunda me madrasila da national roads authority
ko do be bulle ba do
al findite kanne ko hani aliyo ko tuje ko do be bulle ba do adu hani bi wasilolu ibe nyame foni ka jawya bari baka mantra be
abolo nya because ni masakuna kurumo be bulu
adun wobe mola tanina
ni masakuna kurumo be bulu ak xewlo nyama masakuna me ya lonko amam pare banku dun la banku dun la nyanto it doesn't care about it that is kind of government but go if government really understand we don't do anything without informing the government whatever we are doing we make sure we talk to the government
will be kachata already but hansa marso la ko nga dum ni nyamba sa mambang birkama fish market mon problem
it's not under us. It's not the minister. Yeah, it's not the minister of fisheries. Come on, that is the problem. You see, anything is a problem in West Coast, and it's not solved as we are speaking. Along is the government.
So, Birkama fish market. As we speak, a mantra on the Birkama
Council, it all goes to the fish market.
Ministry of Fisheries.
Minister of Fisheries.
Okay, what drainage all men beje many along go
It's the responsibility of the Minister of Fisheries. They care less about that market. So what we do as council, we take our stand because kukul lata wala musol melka wafiro ko ñil muntol bama leti ñil muntol barim ba leti ñil muntol la barim musol leti kewol melka taraje funding kewol melka taraje ñil muntol la funding kewol leti we have to stand with them wala na council ye the first year na moto luas sector tango you know how expensive it is na luas la station je ka ko ni joke kerolo ya bi ya fay but the following year we have to buy a new one so I tell the science sector tank fula bembul fula sector tank fula ka sector tango ñu ka make sure ni joke kerolo la bi fa be flow la ka du marché ko no we make sure we na saba na fay that is very
jefana senada tanje marché the same thing Tanje Marse, Badala, Mafamoje, we have some difficulty with the former VDC. Yes, Tanje Badala, fish market.
The fish market, so we have difficulty with the VDC because the Tanje VDC, one, it will like a Namu Kolage, it will like a Namu Kolage, everything to label cake and you understand. So, but we feel like they could not manage the place better and the money is not well accountable. So, Council and Resolution of Park, we have to take the market and be in full control. So, the Resolution of Park side, na ticket kuntula kadaje, ninyamo kadaje, namotoba kadaje, kanyamu yunta kasi kadaka ko. So sometimes that VDC me alonko namuta melbulu, they are fighting us because they want to see the council fail because of netola bondi leo kono. You understand? The council leo kono passe.
So in short.
Yeah.
Nyum other problem abe council ni mansa kunda la tema but tanje problemo abe council ni tanje VDC la tema
but let me tell you something when I say abe council ni tanje VDC la tema ndol VDC member ye ndol we deal with them we deal with it in a straight way na mengen za we wala as we are speaking dulani na tay bulle ni na tay tul bulle council la karaje but the only difficulty there wala ñu yo barajale bibi la tan council have a bigger plan as an malav ko on Belgium but ni no plan tele we that plan on ma finger phone now understand ko Masakunda is trying to undermine us through that project also because that coastal area need to be protected.
Yes.
That is a very big economic zone. Me alongo you need to protect it like need abandon. Ya jele yela bada fence nyameng. When you have to enter there, what do you do? The place keep clean, you know. I mean, it attract tourists and the like. You understand? So left wolela kaje ko tanje bada ka yuruwande ay senaya ka bukendo londi understand like a very good market londi good cold stores.
But
understand?
Also I can the Damensi Gambia funding ke all cement.
Yes,
bari ni taraje funding ke Jamal men be je
ngajela foye we and that's one of our economic zone. But that's why ngaf ala usen ngai ko ngo falam faga la usen ngala usen kai ni ala yim banko dila kai tanje bada nyanda ka funding ko semendu ya ngai tanje bada ni masa kunda lo tan singola nyanda ka make sure na kuke me atina tanje lo bada fokata not only ka foko tourism you don't need to you know ko jemu TDA area that TDA area you don't need to use all to build hotels and the like build cold stores very good cold stores control cold stores you understand a very good tang jita murla bakono you understand wo jino rumel kabo from the cold stores and the like you understand the kasamba dulalto you filtrate it yake jambandur you know yake jambandur noro beji ala yake jambandur frame so what we do wala ñu control ni tol nata you be Masakunda we have a plan for the youth
yeah but sai même buje
asma ba ngo UDP Masakunda plan for the youth
UDP Masakunda mom fota je follow man fota je foni je nata yalon sa en barola Masakunda albekeri iko isi wulo bal fon be la fo nyin koyo fode nimba Masakunda fala mba fala barola Masakunda wari walbe keri UDP Masakunda ni wona tambe fana fala bar men bije sa Birkama area council ni Masakunda la nyomoy balia wale la kambem balia ku jamalto marse wala ku wolto lambang silo la ku wolto lambang a jama ba mol men yalon ko be sabatru wo dulawolto ko le yanyin aka muru wala
asay wo mol men ko la ka ela mo joni ben jabila
ela mo ngana ko re aka muru wala kan okay adum Birkama area council ni Masakunda be ibe ko wo molu ibe wala la ko le ya baykan hari Masakunda be lori wala Birkama area council be lori wala fo wo mol la ko kan atol te sino la ban ale kacha ñi me alon ko wala bal tema ñomoy balya men bal tema ka ñomoy balya ñi bay
ngoy ma wala san ni ko ñomoy balya balango be dula kilinato ndol mom balang al nda balana no fanan yalong tonya be tonya la fa tonya ay fodorong ndol man sembe so ka balam Masakunda ma ni banda Masakunda ma na la sojoro na problème la nyapika yefa o yokudo kela ba ndol man balam Masakunda ma lefa kejela fo ngo Masakunda le be balandi pour ndo doko because mina kada Masakunda mano itano la e anno itano la fanan ko danke e meyano e ko be lola wol ñaar that's the problem
ale safaro wala kumandiro kelban ka fa Masakunda enko nyinko sorry amantra taka nyama laftale ngasi nga kacha nga nyomo ya ko
e malak mo mel ngo ngata Masakunda kan ngam Masakunda safe kuku ni jalu ntol laftala na joko nyanda ka Masakunda nyin nga wala kada Masakunda no ma wala but Masakunda en tol je fon fen ka me alon ko tol nyan tol wor nyanda kake Masakunda always want to block it. Let me tell you one thing you know valuation of properties many property man called is within West Coast.
Yes,
I will tell you this property I mean story building is almost about 3 floors. This property is not valuated mo jelle be jal loi sola e ko loi sol me e ka ko do jelo ñing korati o ñing aka jello so loi sol every month now council ñanda ka men ko wala valuation o ka jang last valuation o Birkama council me wala 2005
yes
last valuation kaben 2005 fo ñinan bu ñanjelo lo West Coast kono
asiata
ko rajelo lo West Coast kono compagnie lo West Coast kono c'est un call value Masakunda e bank because the control lebe Masako e manson ka symbol dina e manson ka na symbol na kana nyanto dina pour la valuation o ñinge
na do soro da Birkama men balantal
no ñala na kebala mondo fiu so helsa so
no na keba o de Gambia dita ko ngata sula ya kere ya
ani ngam ibena ko mbama la ma ko men tamal ndab ko motu mbama nga fo na kebala ndoro mbama la le ngam men fo wala ñindi ko Masakunda kundu don ton ñaato evaluation ni Masakunda ndol bibila ndol evaluate all the properties member West Coast jang mansula fen na Masakunda block Masakunda la kundual ñaato al fangol ni men be do ko le yo le use ka kuntinte wala al ñaato folo ma wala nan ko
alkalol ning sefol fol man
ni e manak momay wa alkalol ning sefol wolta balanon tol fanamma e ma wona sande de wolta yalo alkalta balanon tol kontana interesa do kana mo kone so alkalta balanon tol ma sefuta balanon tol ma kana ko ela sefu tundo do kana mo kone valuation ni masakunda be balandi ma wolto Masakunda balandi ma valuation because milaka Masakunda alona ko if we allow these people to do valuation ebe na fulo men sotla ebe development no men kala jang you understand ebe banko dungul la fala nyame ebe kanunte ya men sotla banko dungul to banko dungul e do sotla tolto
kamunda obe Brikama area council la fanko le yirwandi la nim fanko warata isi kubal ke me alonko falo ndolo kana Brikama area council la nata de ko jelle soto na mel taraje ko sawala ka million ta woro ni woro million ta woro wala na sera million ta woro wala e ko ka wala soto don na raje sanji killing na sanji folo je na million keme million tallu nim fen sai na sanji fula nyaw million keme fula million muang anin fen
is commendable
is commendable
alba karamol joka
anu man na mu la fak
alba karamol joka
funding ke wole funding ke keme kono do men siado na karamol
alba world development funds
the world development no ke ka million muang anin sey ngam mu do back to mol kam physically ya family anu be continue al don fufa amel mu da kono ko danke ka funding ke wala karamol mejo funding ke keme kono do men karamol jota na bo wolo merci west coast ko sera bo wol tansening ni sanji fulo kono
almantra pagol loka
pagol the same thing you go to Faro Boyam Kunda you go to Sifo Kakado Ward you go to I don't I say this place
pagol loje
Kunkuja Ward go there we fence there the little football field be fence ndole na kamosi na dressing room odila all the players we do this from our council's money that's what become a council we sponsor sports
memena keno membe je aliyo le fence fence wala ketaje
jeren tolo buluko
fence fence wala ketaje fence wala ketaje fence ko la kudo man ka fo nga fence do afo nga fence kana afo nga doku nga fence
ba hoto doku
wala bari afo do nga fence
ani fence man ken county
to specify it nga sansan
na sansan
okay aldenda sansan
woni maga doku
aldenda sansan
woni maga doku
okay good
na sansan
dinol be West Coast region dinol be West Coast region alnalman fair lalo dinol
so thank you you are asking very malo duale feed but it's like the person has informed you very well
because I live in West Coast na keba
okay
I live in West Coast
you see kabrin nata the first year nata I na dinol je jaawel among na dinol je jaawel ikata jaawel very dangerous the chairman say oh no we have to stop this ASAP bam emergency so we make sure every Tobaski every Korite Christmas New Year we provided something for the kids there SSP we give them entertainment for the past years that's what we've been doing we want to collaborate with the artists also especially the artists they live within West Coast to collaborate with us come and give back to the kids these are the the future these are the people we expect so feedback to the to them is very
but al nyanta ka katafana kadulalo dinole dame yalonko wala be kale fair dulalti ibayana ni jita krammodo isi wado so do kata
so left wala mankeno soto so now what we do is kabira na ko chenol milialo ko bembulu masako chenol I mean governor ya bulo le kan in fact animal sawla extension of governor na jay fitna babo mol kanje but we stood on our ground no extension
wala nanko mol la ko kan alnim masa kuna nyanta
ay manak mo may ngo ntol kata masa kuna nyil kan no ngwaje Brikama je governor office governor office ko ngwaje the old governor office physical plan taraje physical plan say boraje nara ndol we are housing physical plan now ndol fon la council ndol of all office of damento na physical plan sama na wolte be wolto say do boro damento wudula nyimbe it's a big place there so we have a plan pour ka jeta ka jega pakoti kids playing ground you understand ka jega pakoti governor ko ta je di la
okay so away from
governor Usman Bojang
kata jamfata
okay.
But away from Brikama area council UDP talk ya mamme ya moli e bulo choda la ko kabiru UDP lora ni alla nyin to wala modo ya ta tol beti sako sukuta mido wale mengen
You see, Fabra, you see, Diamulal Bule Diamu.
Kerla
Kero, okay. Yale to look Kabi UDP Lota. Kabin time for UDP Conte. There have never been a successful tour never attend. And on the UDP, Kabin started to actively participate. Almost all their tours. Ngadiamu Mele, Melkafo, Ngadiamu Intelon. I go almost all the tours. But this tour is one of the most successful tour UDP menke.
Successful
because people have come and answered to us. Places where we have never UDP have never stepped their foot. People UDP step into those. We took the bold decision.
Places like where?
I don't want to name some of those places. I will not name places for them because why Montadula name name more level kelola me alon ko wol nintolo boteka dunde. So don't follow. But I can tell you
okay, ani more level kelola.
Nim more level kelola. Wala MPP.
Okay.
Among MPP da mati de. But say me nakana ko national finance soto. Me ya longo wolko ndolta wolko nizolo maso no fanta soto la. Ngo MPP la munto la main focus. But sinali bembul me ya longo e boton konole. Ya family but they call them betrayers. You know, the betrayer movement. They call divided movement for change. Yeah, family. It will call them United Movement for Change. I call them Divide Movement for Change. DMC. So that people, those people also, when you would come back, MPP call yalon, MPP mang tole yale, MPP yalon bekele, but mele yalon ko be kalaji la, ibe ali kalaji keka, will move will divide movement for change.
So
Ibodan kono,
yes.
Yalon ko gambian ko the change is coming. Now instead of they come back and join us, we do it together. It will go honey. Say ko be told tinyala, ibe more judun lantola, but it's not gonna happen.
It could divide you movement for change.
Divide.
Whenever unite lela. Talib Nana Mol. Unite.
There is no unite here. Namme moy tolla eko la movement tomu unite movement for change.
Yes.
Yamoy.
Yes.
Ekola movement tomu world.
Unite, yes.
Unite movement for change. Ito yo bango ndole melong. Me alon ko ndole wala je wala nyata safela kayto bala. Wala muy la jikoti. Wala muy la kekoti. Ega fenneta ye mura la même muti. Ya famle. Mol mele alon ko ibe kafu kono kafu membe ko UDP. Wala yebo kafu kono. Wole bo kafo kono ko kade façon kafolo wol kafo fe ko unite what is the word, what is the meaning of unite ni ko mo unite wala munti
nga kafu ñom
divide du
nga tala
say mol la mel ni natul talata na me ite de kala world because ite ni mol talata so ite de fan ko la divide instead of unite but ite de talala e kan e kafu mo ko alla unite ko tan
okay
if you are sure about unity you have to go back
biri talata
yes
biri talata UDP talale
duma UDP talale by how
because they are divide biri talada divide mu talal
hambola
sa biri talada ya UDP talale
ani ma UDP talala
ani go nakeba
I want to tell you one thing there. You know, they divide. They divide. They move away from the party and go and form their own divide movement. Right? So the movement is there as a divide force. Now, the united force is there and the united force is growing.
That's the United Democratic Party.
That's the United Democratic Party. Okay. So it will bother, it will labo, I will ignite. Gambino malab jamfara de. Gambino jamfara na konga life kono. Gambino malab jamfara.
Bariko,
yes.
Biri bodal kono, altara tola, wala la to motala.
Duma? But imam me ona sawolo nyugo ko kabito boran tol kono, you control tala tola. That's what they said. You control to is pong.
Ma fo tol ko de.
Etol la kafo.
Ma fo tol ko.
Etol la NPP fo buga fo etol la kafo.
Ma fo tol ko.
Etol la kafo. Talib amel ben sura la kafo wala kafo.
Ma fo tol ko. Nko mol ko.
Talib ben sura la mol ko. Kong dolla kafo kabitol bota je dolla kafo tala dan koy lako kabitol bota you see, let me tell you about Gambians. You know, one thing I respect about Gambians, Gambians always want unity. Imagine coalition, everybody is in coalition.
Yes.
Let's go in for coalition, let's go. But Gambians want togetherness. Gambians want to.
So 1 minute janembe coalition on fola bara lañu tobe remalik lo nuno ke kan ko manna la tor han bañul mi
yes, she's busy. She's busy. Yeah, she's an international person.
Busy?
Yeah, international person. She's busy. We have been traveling all over. The meeting did not meet her here. To my
busy.
She's
I mean,
she's working.
Number one. Iko a busy da. I mean, I'm more water so the kada UDP la.
She's busy because she was not here.
Okay.
A busy da amantara jang. Na be jang. Ne nyinin kan sa ko maybe fa ku randa bang. But nembe no wolo nyindi ko.
Because akeda mole jakaloldi UDP nyim bengo beke alla meyo montage. For hani banjul meeting fo alla meyo montage.
It's not a force to go to the meetings. It's not a force. I'm going to force it.
But imamira kuba kom.
I don't know. All what I know is I have not heard from Rohi akom nanda ha UDP la. Nan no mo yala lume. Ni ko pa mbavule ko Rohi mantra UDP sa.
Bare ko ni am masunganda.
Na sunganda fana je, na sunganda da ni je me anorota wa anorota. Me al mema anorota wa pule
Okay, coalition talks. UDP ngaje sa ni APRC North Alliance. Ani kacha soto nu al nyin bantan jan namba
ani man kacha soto de
alla okay ani man kacha soto okay bari akata ko UDP ni Noto Alliance nyin bantan jan ko ayatina ko alla kul be suti aka nyola domani wala tonya
for national interest
so yamira ning ayata ko ni APRC Noto Alliance ni UDP lafta coalition okela ila miroto kula me alon ka janta kala
I mean, let me tell you one thing. You see, I will only not be in a party where, you know, more million go more far, or maybe a luatinya, a beje, or more million luatinya, a luatinya level, and luatinya blue they call them fugitives. So I will not interest na party on fugitive ya kafunyo.
Joan fugitives.
Même le monde milliard ko farol ke sunarol ke comme loi tinya e be borkan. La loi mon son loi wol mo molet mais on loi tinya la let. Puis ya parti sonna ita ko dem legal party pour yolta pour ita o fugitive ko kamana. Ena na yes samana to stand against the citizens, right? So ngam fo ya wolo nyindu ko Mol Melialonko ebe Noto Alliance. These are people Melialonko I have not heard, I have not seen, I have not heard or seen anybody. Mammo je kono Melialon safoko nying nyimumol Melialonko is a fugitive. Abe borlala ma tinyaro ga abe borga. They are Gambians.
No. Can I justify Nekeba?
Okay.
No, because remember APRC Noto Alliance is affiliated to former President Yahya Jammeh.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Okay, yes.
And former President Yahya Jammeh is wanted in the Gambia for alleged...
Are they registered?
No, just listen. No. We are not talking about registration. Go. They are affiliated.
Affiliated, yes.
Okay? Former President Yahya Jammeh. And former President Yahya Jammeh, go. Mola mo mea lonko nga tumiko ay tajirinte yalla ke Gambia banko kanjang ay mol la nyanto retinya adu wom molu jamaa men la nyanto tinyata UDP kollam
okay
okay wom mol la ko kan ni UDP ni Noto Alliance kafuta nyoma for UDP mantra wom mol men ya lonko tajirinte ya nkoy tajirinte ya so ya jamme kodo fo mantra wol jam fa kamba
no yalong you need to differentiate this thing UDP jang victim or young, we have the largest victims in this country.
Yes.
And we care about our victims.
Yes.
We cry with them. We do everything with them. And we always call for justice. And justice should be served to everyone. The government at the time have to deal with you. You understand? Sanamanja Nyol and others, Malayalong Bela Kumu for Kansan thing. Go Bangol Luatinya. But what are they doing now? Never ye mutal. Imanta Sambla Kitiola. Ibe Sambakan Kitiola, Ninkit, Niluako Boitale. But those are individual, Momo Boita. Let's say it
So in this case, yes. UDP is considering individuals, not the structure.
No, UDP as a party is calling on every Gambian, every patriotic Gambian, every law-abiding Gambian. We are calling every law-abiding Gambians to join us to fight against this incompetent
including APRC Noto Alliance.
Including anybody, every patriotic Gambian who is having a vote, a legitimate vote. A legitimate vote, and the person is law-abiding citizen.
Yes.
Momo ya lonko banku dingola muti. Katre keso we will melam katre kesena olam.
Yes.
Banku dingola muti. UDP is calling you pure kafama. Pour kanyi masa kundame ya lonko
including forming an affiliation with No to Alliance.
What I am telling you is very simple, and I want to make this very clear to you again. I am telling you, every Gambian, I want to make this very clear. I am not naming for you.
Yes.
What I am telling you, every Gambian who is having a legitimate vote, and the person have right to vote, Amare Sembo to put a cartel fay, and Banku din Kendolo Mati, UDP is calling you,
But these people are not, although they are individuals, but we have to separate individuals with structures. You are dealing with a structure at this other level. It's different from individuals.
So
now, UDP is
we are not dealing. You know what you don't understand? We are not dealing with any structure here.
So No to Alliance is not a structure. It's not recognized by UDP as a structure.
No, I'm not saying that it's not recognized by UDP as a structure, and I want to make that very clear to you.
Yes.
There is none of the candidate in Northern Alliance, Mayor Lonko, when he was registering as a candidate.
They register as independent candidates.
And IEC register as Northern Alliance.
Yes.
Yes. They register as independent people.
Yes.
And they are Gambians. And they are in our parliament making laws. Moteje, Algafo Meleko, Northern Alliance. Moteje Mayor Lonko, Kababita nomination or IEC. Akala Katoba, Northern Alliance.
Yes, but they still sympathize with Jammeh.
Independent Anamarito.
But they still sympathize with Jammeh.
Yes, I mean, people sympathize with Jammeh. They are in everywhere.
And majority of the alleged victims of torture, Jammeh alleged victims, are UDP members.
Yes, are UDP members.
So it means UDP, in a certain way, also is not considering the plight of those.
What do you think is not considering the plight of those people? What do you mean by that? We are saying that there must be justice. Justice for everyone.
But you still
justice for whoever.
You want
those members. Let me tell you something. Do you think there should not be justice for Haruna Jahar?
There should.
This is the point here. And I want you to understand that one. Justice is for anybody who has been Momo Yalonko, Yetlimbali Akala, Ya Momo Fajang. Justice have to be served.
Yes.
And I want you to understand. Justice have to be served. Yes, justice is for everyone. I want you to understand that one.
Yes.
Go. Momo Yalonko Luatinya. Yetonye Roke. Ye Momo Tonye. Luanya the Savla at that very moment. And I want to make that very clear to you. What I think that is why I'm trying to make this very clear to you for you to understand. Go. Alkafu Meleko North Alliance. They are Gambians.
Mike, yes.
They are Gambians. They are born in this country. If any one of them, they have a legitimate voter's card, you have to campaign and bring them to vote for you if you want to remove this government. Their voice must be part of it.
Mike, yes.
Their voice must be part of it. So I want you to understand that.
So, Nanko, do you recognize No to Alliance as a structure? And if you are dealing with those people, do you deal with them as individuals or you deal with them as a structure that No to Alliance?
What I'm telling you, we deal with everybody as a Gambian.
Okay, so it means you don't recognize No to Alliance as a structure.
I am not telling you that I did not recognize No to Alliance faction. Okay? What I understand here legally in this country, parties are identified through registration.
yes. So because No to Alliance, parties are identified with registration. So because No to Alliance is not a registered party,
as of now they hijacked the party.
So then
the party is hijacked.
Then there is no regard for the structure.
No, I'm not saying there's no regard for the structure, and I want to make this very clear to you.
Okay.
You can have your group, you can have your own CSO, you can have your own NGO, you can have your own entity, and with all this, I am telling you, I give high respect to these people. You know, they can maybe. A group of independent people can come up together and name themselves as whoever. But what I want to make very clear the people in North Alliance, those people, they are Gambians, and you will not tell me they are not Gambians. I know Gambians, they are Gambians. They are law-abiding citizens.
And they will be highly welcome when they said they want to join UDP.
Yes, they are highly welcome. Why not? For me, personally, I am welcoming them into our movement, into our party. And you know why I'm welcoming these people
into your movement?
No, I said into our party.
Into your party, okay.
Into our party.
Okay.
They welcome me into our party.
Okay.
Because do you know why?
No, I thought you have also defected Itara UMC. Brinko in our movement.
For DMC, not UMC. Ndama UMC law.
Okay, but Kakaja Kumfa, Alko, President Barrow sunya role ke alko ale wala tumirola
wala kele
ko yamol le nati mene alon ko man qualify ka carte fay adu nyin carte fay nala al de sonna wala albo kala nyaadi falbe ka carte voters card tala mol bul sada ko
duma
alko ale tumirol di ko President Barrow ay sunya role ke adu more registered la mene alon ko man ke gambe
let me make this very clear to you.
Yes.
Fabra mayo ko nyina mula kuma labonti. Ban nañ la sene ndima. Ay sene asset. What I want to make very clear to you is very simple. Left them for leja wala nyinto ko ntolu as a political party, UDP as a political party. Right? What I want to make very clear to you wala nyinto ko paretale. Pareto to protect the lives and property of the Gambians. We are ready to protect the voice of the Gambians. Gambian will count. And Gambian will count. We are going to protect our votes. Nakare keso. Mbatankala. Nyao nyam.
Nyadi.
Nyao nyam.
Misalo.
Wala nyintiko. Luntangolu. Nunko luntangolu. People have to really understand this. Nunko luntangolu. So you a gun. In fact, need you understand len moy gun. Gan ñoo xam ne ñu ndee wax ne gan yooyu noonu waru ñoo bokka su suñu élection mooy gan ñoo xam ne dañ di ñëw fii su time carte jógee saani carte jógee jot time boobu leen di dugga fii
gan yooyu fan lañ dee jógee
mooy they call those people as they are jungle, let's say voters, how do they call them? They are called jungle, I don't know, there's a name to call them. Wal mol mel ya lonko ñu ñëw de dende jóge ci seen réew ñëw fii ba ci saani karta bëgga fii saani karta fekka ñooñu amul lu nekk di happen Gambia difficulties yu nekk Gambia fii kenn xamul ko.
Are you alleging or what?
No, not alleging, I am telling you.
But you don't have evidence to that?
No, I have evidence.
No, you don't.
Astaghfirullah.
What is your evidence?
A member of parliament from Casamas, from Senegal, stood in the parliament and said...
To say what?
A member of parliament.
Said what?
No, a member of parliament in Senegal stood here and said, Ako, itolu, ila Senegal. Ako, there are people there, they are having Gambian voters cards.
Yes!
Yes! Just last week, a Senegalese was passing, and then they found a Gambian voters card with her, having a Senegalese identification card. So those people are not living here.
So you're going to stop that?
Feel a dega. Mu make so I mean the documents of this country. Mum feel a dega. Mu fi ay dom. Mu ngi amé fi ay dom. He have all the legal requirements. Dafa def lu mu wara def yeb legal requirement. Mu am ID card legally. Mu am voters card legally. It's hard for somebody to stop that person not to vote.
But this one, my point is
koku tamit
yes.
One thing dafa wara xol one thing. Moy ne yow the person you have to vote for, don't want to prepare more jit for another 5 years. Lunta me ya lonko akana do ninkarte fa osita kanaka karta fa ya ita ana lunta
mu tumiroldi
no wallahi summa wallahi
no tumirol
wallahi men kalle wallahi summa wallahi men kalle lunta hol ka bonan foreign countries so de kanaka karta fa ya
tumirolo
amaga tumit ndela yafo
albo bolale nyin carte fa na tumiro nyi
na start le ko kabo
albo mun
dibide carte fa ya na mo jela murundi ndafa ko na mo jela murundi sa de mu me wala murundi da ko bari sa de mu me wala murundi bari
allo da silo ga nina ra
ni ila alkalo folo nan kay ko muru anu ni muto ya folo sa to mo le ko mo kan la tan carte gambe carte fa be kering yale kam level ko to ka carte o nyinta idol ka voters card tala pour comme kana no sin na gambe ko they are close to gambe pour kana no san gambe hospital wala nega e gambe kayto nyini bongo ko nan ka nyini wala kam that is understandable but alkana na carte fa wala because ndul ka dana kolli am ko the difficulties we normally face this difficulties
so nyin carte fa na albeta la bodal le to ka jube mol kana dunna pour ka carte
I am not telling you that but I am telling you ko the plans we have luntante carte fa la jang
yes
luntante carte fa la jang especially especially mel yalonko luntol mel yalonko kana jang no jongolal la muti kana jan ne kato fayeta bu luntol mel yalonko be seri jang ni yalonko e ma la status man senaya let's say because even UK and other place you go there luntol mu ne kaydo so do kato fayla jele but luntol ka ite me yalonko e man kaydi kello so ila kaydo ya so tapale yalo kono ita da karre faydula we are going to block you anu kugele e ben ak momoy de ita mo luntol ti jang e man la kaydo so you don't have your status your status is not clear ita do yella hunde de give you attestation yella voters card dila ita carte faydula ne suude ko mun taw kunu ne na jang we are going to make sure ita carte fayla
and block you
to protect the life and property of the Gambians ka Gambian ko la niyo kanani kar mele kada ita lu taw me ya lonko yi manke banku dum ti jang ni carte fay man sa me ya lonko bentol marala abe na banko tinyala abe na banko economy tinyala ibe na mol fatari ibe lu taw fa la banko kan ndol kon bo masakunda bondile ite na ite ka karra fa masakunda this means you have no love for this country and whoever doesn't have love for this country what do you expect
albal kungal kawal la pour
kungalin kaw mbola la ka make so fabrama kaw bañ banko kanjam wallahi ka said
kaja jam fata adiada
karra fa kana
wato banda
kiyang kaya fuol ni amu view UDP abaraka nkontan tangi so na keba thank you so much ala baraka bahage sirfo baye sonko mpona keba ako CDS lemu bari ngala rank tabulle ndefo ngala rank ta ala rank bende ngala place ala baraka foni mutana logunala mbal tentula mbal jayla ka fale ko nying podcast ka record ultimate studio le ultimate media momo lafta podcast service la isina ultimate media dulabe jang abe bedaring bagasul baby je pour ka production okay momo lafta na la drone isina ultimate media jang ibela service ol tamandila iba jarale ala barka alla juber ko nyima kan foni mutana lokunala